I remember like bits and pieces. I know that there's this one memory. I don't know if there's a picture or not, but I do remember when it was my sister was also like I guess 2 or 3. I could be wrong. But we were at some sort of ceremony where he was getting something and they were like recognizing him and the family and whatnot. And so they went up there and I remember being like terrified of all the people. And like I remember like hiding behind my mom and it was so funny. But yeah, I do remember bits and pieces like during like sometimes in the summer they would have like these water slides and like all the families and like kids went out. And I think it was like a barbecue grill thing. I don't really remember, but I remember going to those and doing small events and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like we moved into a house that is adapted for him, but like our spice cabinets are like higher up. Like they're not too high, but they're just high enough where he has to like extend or push himself up where he's on his we call it his nubs, his feet.
Yep. Yes.
And so he has to stand up on it sometimes to get stuff. And so like we'll have to help him or we take out the trash or we because we got new chickens, we got little baby chickens. And like we'll have
Aw.
to like help him and whatnot. And I mean, yeah, like we still help him for like a lot of the stuff that he does, but he's trying to be independent and whatnot. So I think it's just funny. It's just like, oh, improvement, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And it's hard, like, trying, because we're both adults now, we're trying to
Yeah.
live our life,
Hmm.
and, you know, get our career started and
Hmm.
everything. And, we're still caregivers. We're still,
Yeah. Like
you
every
know,
time I come home from college, it's just like, it's nothing different. It's just like I come home from college and like I'm doing everything by myself and blah 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 blah. And then I come here and I'm like, oh yeah, like I have a family. And then
yeah,
I come home and he's like, hey, can you get this? And I'm like, oh yeah, I just forget, you know what I mean? And it's not any different, but it's just like dang, just forgot how different like my two different lives are, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
The life of an actual, like, adult and being
Hmm.
yourself, and then
Yeah.
you have your daughter role at home that,
Hmm.
you're still a kid, and
Yeah.
yeah, I get that.
I think in a sense, yes, because I don't think well, at first I wanted to be a nurse because I was always at the hospital and like I
Yeah.
was like
It
I
was your second
always
home.
yeah, and like I love the nurses and like they would let me like flush pick lines or
They're
like
so
help administer.
nice.
Yes, I love them so much. And like I was just so interested because like they were literally healing people right in front of me and I got to help and do it. And so at first I did consider nursing for a while, but then like I started looking into it and I was just like, I don't really necessarily think that nursing is for me because I like helping people, but like I cannot tolerate people for this like the length that they can.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I think I would just do better doing it because I love science, you know. And I was just like, I'm just gonna pick a science major and then go from there. So
Yeah. Biology is a
technically,
good
yeah.
basic one too.
Hmm.
And
It's
I
very
mean,
universal.
if you wanted to do nursing still, like, for
Hmm.
some reason, it's a branch of biology more or
Yeah.
less. Could do
Hmm.
it as like a master's degree, or I think they offer nursing as a doctorate, or,
Hmm.
you still have that opportunity to
Oh
do.
yeah. But the more that I think about just biology in general, I've been looking into like forensic type of stuff because
Yeah.
I love all that stuff. And I did a project over some, I think it was forensic laboratory technician, I think. And it sounds so fun. Like, I mean, in a good way, not like in a like, oh, it's so fun you get to look at dead bodies. No, it sounds fun because you get to go on scene, depending on, who you're working with.
Right.
But like, you get to go on scene and like take samples and take pictures and like be there and like interact because I'm like a hands-on learner. Like I literally have to have it like in front of me. Like for math, like I literally have to have it in front of me. Like people explain it and like,
Yeah.
oh, like this piece of pizza will blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like I just have to have like interaction, like real stuff for like it
Yeah.
to stay in my brain.
Yeah. And I mean, math is very hands-on to begin with, I think, too. So I do not blame you. And then,
Hmm.
taking that onto your career, and that's really interesting. You could easily move back to DC to do that.
Oh, yes.
So,
I was thinking about that because it said like the most popular locations, like obviously like Atlanta and like Seattle and stuff. And I love Seattle. I don't remember when I visited Seattle, but the time that I did go, oh my gosh, I was in like I'm in love with it because I also am a very I'm a Twilight like person. I haven't read the books yet, but since I was there, it was just like so overwhelming, but in a good way. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I would literally live here. Like it's so beautiful. Oh, I love it.
yeah. And, you know, that's one thing that I'm thankful for is like being able to travel so much. And then, I want to travel so much, like,
Mm-hmm.
on my own. And I want to travel with my kids and my family. Like,
Too. Me
so
too.
that's something that I'm really,
That's like I'm very thankful that we've had all these opportunities, like the Tom Hanks thing that we did a long time ago. Well, not
yes.
really a long time ago, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And the Kelly Clarkson stuff because we were able to travel as a family and we went to, I'm pretty sure it was LA, and we got to like explore and like be a part of stuff that like we've never been exposed to, like actual like real camera, like this is like real life, you know what I mean? Like there's literally
Sure.
Tom Hanks in front of us talking to us. Like we're on the same like, it's just crazy because like this is real life,
Yeah.
and that's the same with the Kelly Clarkson thing. Like they gave us like it's not necessarily a script, but it's just like they need to know what you're saying ahead of time, so they make a
Right.
script. And like it was just so crazy because I was just like, I never thought like this is how it worked. You know what I mean? Like you go and
Oh,
get
yeah.
hair and makeup, you get a script, you get this, you have to do this, you have this time, this, and I was just like, it was so like mind opening because like it was just crazy, but it was just fun that I got to experience it with my family because we'll still talk about it time to time.
Yeah. After doing like this military makeover thing, I will
Hmm.
never look at reality TV the same again.
Oh yeah, I
You seeing the
figured.
behind the scenes, like I will never look at it the same again. So much
Yeah,
work gets put into it that I could,
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
It's
And
yeah.
the people you meet too
Mhm,
off of this, we've met some incredible people and celebrity or not, like
mhm.
just meeting these people and how much they actually do care.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I also like because I'm still in contact with my friend Leah. Like we have each other on Snapchat and like Instagram and Facebook and stuff. And like time to time we'll message each other and it's just like it's so cool and it's also like kind of crazy that like now that we also have like social media and stuff, we can actually keep up with these people and like still
Yeah.
be friends and stuff. So like that's really cool. And like we were at like the Maryland, like the hospital and stuff with these other two
Mhm.
girls, and like sometimes we keep up with them and whatnot. And it's just crazy to see how like we all grow and we all change and all this stuff. Like it's just crazy.
Yeah.